Thursday at the NFL Combine, Doug Lesmerises and Nathan Baird. Thursday meant Chase Young Day, baby. Defensive ends, defensive tackles, linebackers, talking with reporters as the players continue to go through all their activities here. Chase was the show. Chase Young is the best non-quarterback in this draft. I've been here before. I'm always, it's interesting to watch crowds gather. What did you think of the Chase Young crowd today?
I thought he was ready for it. I think he's kind of seizing the moment a little bit. I mean, he got the question, do you think you're the best player in this draft? He said, yeah, I'm the best player in this draft. And I don't really know who would argue with that. I know that a quarterback's probably going to go higher than him, and maybe even multiple quarterbacks if somebody gets antsy and makes a trade. But he seems like a guy who's very just comfortable in the moment and ready to go be the star that a team's going to expect him to be.
It's interesting. Ohio State pushes this a lot, but I think it's pretty true. Most of the time when Buckeyes get to a thing like this and they're in front of a big media crowd, like, they're good with it. They're used to it. Dwayne Haskins owned the stage last year. Nick Bosa wasn't nervous last year. Like, when you're at Ohio State and you have knuckleheads like us sticking microphones and tape recorders in your face all the time, you're good in that setting. It's funny to watch. We know Chase. I mean, I talked to Chase for a quick minute today, and I was saying, I remember when you showed up the first day of spring practice, and you looked like an NFL player the very first time we saw you, and now you're here. Like, and it's kind of crazy. What could you tell? How do you think the crowd? Because for other people, this is like the unveiling of Chase Young. Most of the NFL writers here, they never talked to Chase Young. How did you think the crowd reacted to him?
Well, obviously there were some questions that would be – controversial is not the right word, but people asking him, hey, why aren't you doing any workouts? Why aren't you running the 40-yard dash? And he is very unapologetic and says, because I don't want to train for the Combine. I want to train to go be a all-pro player in the NFL. And those are two different things. People asking him, why aren't you more aware of things that are going on in terms of labor or whatever in the NFL? And he's like, because I got another job to do first. He just seems, again, very comfortable. He doesn't feel like he has to defend himself. He is who he is. He knows he accomplished a lot at Ohio State. He knows what he can accomplish in the NFL. And again, just seems very comfortable and ready to go do that.
You've written about this, and people can read it at cleveland.com/OSU. The idea that he's not only is he not running the 40 here, which had been reported, he wasn't going to do stuff here. He's not running the 40 at Ohio State's Pro Day either. Chase Young is going to get into the NFL without putting down an official public 40 time. Sometimes quarterbacks sort of do that kind of stuff. I'm trying to remember how often that has happened. You and I sort of had a discussion earlier. There are 400 other dudes who are all going to do it. Guys for decades have done it. We know he's not going to. What do you think of the idea that Chase Young is not dropping a 40 for anybody?
Well, I think if you're one of these other Purdue or Ohio State athletes, Ben Victor, maybe even someone like Malik Harrison, you probably need to go run a good 40 time. Maybe that helps you, for someone like Ben Victor, get drafted at all or get in a good undrafted free agent situation. If you're Chase Young, I don't know what a 40 time tells anyone about you. You've already shown. I mean, he sacked 16 and a half sacks in 13 games last year. Nobody got to the quarterback faster than him. I think that's established at this point. I don't know that it helps teams learn anything about how he can play in coverage, or I think all that's been proven. I don't know that 40 time really tells anybody anything they don't already know.
Best non-quarterback? Probably the best overall player in the draft. I don't know if anybody would argue with that. He probably could go take a nap until April and still go number 2 in the draft. Nathan Baird, Doug Lesmerises. Make sure you're reading all of our Ohio State coverage, all of our Browns coverage from cleveland.com. Everything you want from the Combine at cleveland.com.